Hello and once again welcome to the Aichi Ken Sky Hall in Toyota for the final Pool 5 matches in week 2 of the inaugural Volleyball Nations League. First up today, it's Belgium against the mighty USA, the reigning world champions who lead the current rankings with 4 wins from their first 5 matches. Well, they're the Belgian team, arriving a short time ago, led as always by their coach Gert van der Broek. They've been rather unlucky, in my view, this week. They've played some wonderful volleyball, not least through that young lady, Britt Herberts, who's been one of the outstanding players of the tournament so far. But they've unfortunately only won 2 of their 5 matches, 3 defeats, one of them very narrow against the Netherlands. And, well, there we are, tucking in for a last bit of energy before they do battle against the USA. They'll have to be right on top of their game, you fancy, today to get anything at all out of the American team. And then the Americans arriving a short while ago. Coach Corrali, hugely experienced, of course, both as a manager, a coach and a player. And they are starting to find their rhythm here in Japan. They've had a wonderful week. 3-0 victories over Japan and the Netherlands. They're yet to drop a set. There is one of their influential players who we saw in action yesterday, Fuluki Akinradeo. So the mood good in the American camp, as well it might be. We'll give you the tables very shortly, but they are sitting right on top. And there is their captain, Jordan Larson, who made such an impact in that second game yesterday. Just a reminder of the results we've had so far in Toyota this week. A narrow victory for the Netherlands, as you say, a thrilling match there with Belgium having a match point, and then Japan coming up short against the USA. And then yesterday, day 2, straight sets victories for the USA again, and Japan over for Belgium. Well, there is the promised table as things stand, with the USA leading by a point from Serbia. So USA leading the way with 4 victories from 5. And in terms of our interest today, there we are. Belgium sitting in 9th, just ahead of Japan, who were in action later on today. They played the Netherlands, who were there on page 1. So our 4 teams this week doing pretty well. There is the coin toss, and the referees will be introducing you to them very shortly. Toss of the coin called by Belgium. That's the Belgian captain, Ilke van der Weijven. And she won the toss and has decided to serve. So there we go. So the coin toss complete. And a nice little bit of interaction there between the 2 captains. And the head-to-head, well, it's very simple. This is their 3rd meeting. And USA have won the 2 previous matches pretty comfortably, as you can see there. World Grand Prix in 2015 was a straight sets victory, and then last year also in the World Grand Prix 3-1, also victory to the USA. So that's the measure of the task, if you like, for Belgium today, who are ranked 13 in the world. Good crowd, we expect, again, building steadily, and of course with Japan playing in the evening match local time, there's going to be another great atmosphere in the Sky Hall. There is Akinradeo, who was so influential. She missed the first match this week, but had a big impact yesterday. She's a former student of the University of Stanford. She bagged 25 points in the match yesterday. Plays actually her club volleyball in Japan, so knows this country well. Plays for Hisametsu Springs over in Kobe City. And there, well, there's no other Belgian really to pick out. We've been featuring her most of the week, but entirely on merit. 18 years old. She was a former Young Yellow Tiger. That's the junior team. And she's top scored for the Belgians so far this week with 87 points, 78 spikes. It really has been quite phenomenal. And what's been so refreshing and enjoyable to watch is her energy on the court. She's a real jack in the box and is cajoling her team and making sure that the spirits are kept high even when things haven't been going their way. So a real joy to watch Britt Herberts. So we're just about ready for the pre-match formalities, and of course that includes the national anthems from both of our teams today.
Please rise for the national anthem of Belgium.
The national anthem there of Belgium.
And now, the national anthem of the United States of America.
Stirring stuff. It's the 6th time we've heard the Star-Spangled Banner in this Volleyball Nations League. 4 wins out of 5 it has produced, and they will be hot favourites to make it 5 out of 6 and make it a clean sweep here in their stay in Toyota. It's been a great week. Seen some excellent volleyball. And the Sky Hall here, a wonderful venue, has been our home for the last 3 days. And the roadshow, if you like, the circus will move on. So time to meet the starting lineups after we've met the officials, the referees who will be officiating today. There's Sai Lai Cedric Chung from Hong Kong. And alongside him from China, Luo Wensheng, who's been an international referee for the last 12 years. Looking very relaxed indeed. There are the Belgians in their chain strip of white, and they're sticking in terms of the starting 6 pretty much to the team that has served them so well this week. First up,
Presentation of the starting players, liberos, and coaches.
まずは世界ランク13位復活の兆しを見せ始めたヨーロッパの古豪チームベルギー
Well, first up for Belgium, the standout player, Britt Herberts. We were talking about her earlier on. Bundle of energy. Van Gestel, who's played her part as well. She's been terrific this week. Kaja Korobelna, Polish origin, daughter of an international player, former international player. There is Van der Wiele getting a starting berth for the first time this week. Janssens has been so good in her blocking skills. And captain Ilke van der Wever, who's shepherded the troops very well indeed. And what about this young lady, the libero, who's been flinging herself all over the place, Jodie Gilliams. It's a close-knit team and a pretty consistent starting selection there made by Gert van der Broek. There he is. He's been at the helm since 2008. So that's the Belgian starting lineup. The Americans, well, they've rung the changes today. With the hard work done, they will feel. Let's meet them. First out, making her first appearance this week, Rachel Adams in the starting lineup, Olympic bronze medalist. Carly Lloyd, number 3. Captain, who did such a great job, Jordan Larson, yesterday. 54 points to her name. Andrea Drews also making her first appearance, the number 11, the opposite spiker. And number 14, who's had a terrific week so far, Michelle Barch-Hackley. And libero Kelsey Robinson, who was in action yesterday. So 1 or 2 changes made by coach Karch Kirali for this match against Belgium. They're clearly paying them due respect. There he is. But don't feel this is the most testing match they will have of the 3. That was clearly the one against the Netherlands, and they made light work of it. So the Americans here will start as hot favourites. It's the 3rd meeting between these two nations. USA lead the way 2-0 in terms of the head-to-head, and they will be making every effort to make it a clean sweep this week. Not just 3 victories out of 3, but 3 clean sweep victories without dropping a set. That will be the task, I'm sure, that they've set themselves here in the USA. So there we are, confirmation of the lineups, the starting lineups. Larson, number 10, the captain. Kelsey Robinson as the libero. For March and Hackley as well. To right-hand side. The Belgians, a familiar look about their team today. Herbert's very much the standout player, but look out for Van Gestel and Robelna and Janssens. I mean, there's so much quality there. You do feel that they deserve perhaps more points to show for their efforts. They've been great to watch. They really have. So it'll be the white of Belgium to get us underway. Best of 5 sets, of course. As always, 25 points will seal the set, or 2 points clear. And away we go. With 3 points, a maximum of 3 points up for grabs here to add to the table. And we're underway. Early start for the Americans, but good defense immediately from Belgium, who need to start well here, you fancy. It's another terrific spike, this time from Drews, who we haven't seen this week. Andrea Drews, the opposite spiker. Great height she uses so well, 1m91. Here is the captain, Larson. Herberts with the first attempt, but it's blocked nicely at the net. And it's away out of court. And immediately, the Americans into their stride. As if they needed reminding, the Belgians are really up against it here. There's no doubt about it. Larson again, a good serve, and that's not dealt with well. Just a little apology there from Herberts. That many errors. from her this week. She just didn't get her hands into position correctly. It's another fairly cheap point for the Americans. Larson targeting Herberts again. And there's the first spike from Van Gestel, and it's a winning spike. She's also a bundle of energy. Plays with great spirit, Van Gestel. So fourth year with the national team. There's the set from Lloyd. That's nicely done, but well anticipated by Van der Wever. Grabelna has a go. Once again, Lloyd, great blocking, lovely blocking. And there is Van der Wever in the heart of it on this occasion, making every opportunity from her starting lineup. She hasn't started, she's come on as a substitute on a regular basis, but this is her first start this week. So Belgium back in it. Wow, that's lovely from Van Gestel, great defence. There's the spike once again. And the Wever just going a little bit wayward there. Double hit by the same player. So the same player only allowed to hit the ball once before another player touches it. And sometimes there's a second touch, which is not permitted. Hence the 2 fingers from the referee. Herberts getting great purchase on that. But, ooh, the ball seemed to spend an age dribbling along the top of the net before finally making its way back towards the Americans. So another point on the board for Belgium. They need to make sure they don't let the USA get away too early. Here is Van der Wever. Nice deep serve. There's the set. And a wonderful spike. That's Adams, Rachel Adams. She played in the first match. She's one of the players who were part of the Olympic bronze winning team in Rio 2016. 3 times the USA have won Olympic bronze medals. Just putting a little bit too much on that was Drews. So Grabelna, the opposite spiker, plays her club volleyball in Poland. That's good. There's Butch Hackley already up and running on that left-hand side. She's been so dangerous. 57 points, 49 spikes. That's her 50th spike of the tournament so far. And she is serving. There's the captain. Nicely done. Just a little tickle from Janssens. That was all that was needed. Look at her, just moving away to the left of picture and just plopping the ball over, finding the gap, exploiting it nicely. She's been a great player as well. Janssens, like the way she's been going about her business. Here is Herberts, the teenager. And there is Adams, who's gone long. No touch. You know that every point that Belgium can get from the USA will be celebrated with great gusto. Heavy underdogs here. Ranked 13 in the world. One of the 4 so-called challenger teams taking part in this VNL, alongside the core teams. There's a touch there from Herberts. So the celebrations, look at that, it's a well-worked routine. So Larson just making sure everybody's in business, knows their role. You can see the signals behind, 3 players at the net, dictating where the ball should go on the serve. That's a good spike this time. Really good. Came in deeply. Grabelna. So next point will trigger the first technical timeout. It's even Stevens so far. Belgium will be heartened by the start they've made here. Nicely done. Really nicely done by Larson, who was accumulating points for fun in the match yesterday. She's already up at 54 points. So technical timeout. chance for the coaches to just get their messages across and just give their early thoughts. Here is Coach Kirali. Nice to just listen in, eavesdrop on these conversations. Try to keep the messages simple. Just reinforcing, of course, some of the game plans, but they have to be tweaked inevitably as the match unfolds. And terrific support. It's really been a wonderful atmosphere in the Sky Hall this week. Facilities absolutely perfect. The PA announcer, the presentation team in the arena itself has done a great job getting the crowd involved. Good defense. Here is Drews with another one, but good defense this time from Herberts, who dig that one out. That's nice, and on we go. Which way will this one go? There's Drews again, and this time finds the mark. The left-hander coming in from the right-hand side, giving that difficult angle to defend. There she is again. Found her spot, just bisecting Herberts and Grobelna. So USA just eking out a 2-point lead here, approaching the halfway point through the first set. There's the set from Lloyd, there's the dummy. Nicely done by Herberts to get the ball back in play. Just a steadying of the ship. Drews again, going for the big one. Herberts equal to it. Ah, it's wonderful defense from Lloyd. Work to do here for Belgium, but Van Gestel is denied another terrific piece of blocking. That was a wonderful rally there. Look at that defense from Lloyd, Carly Lloyd, at full stretch. How many times have we seen that this week? And that's great blocking there. Double blocking from Gibbermeyer. So 10-7 to the USA. Belgium call a timeout. Just a chance to reinforce the key priorities.
Als gepakt zijn we nog kwijt of nog niet staat, zo. Dat is indraaien. En voor de vieraanval is het allemaal diep. Ze gaan dat hier constant testen, kort en diep. En ze gaan hier snijden. Dus dan staat het zo. En dan pakt hij of zo voor die blok. Maar jij pakt rotation. I doubt they're going to set 7 out there. Okay, be good and quick and go. Quick and oppo, yeah, quick oppo.
Here we go.
The next forward row. Okay?
Well, apologies, I couldn't really bring you a translation of the Flemish from Geert van der Broek. He seemed to be identifying a particular side of the court that he was concerned about. We'll keep an eye on where that might be. But so far, Andrea Drews is causing some damage. The number 11 already up to 3 points, as is Larsen, the captain. Herberts goes long, no touch. So Herberts, the top scorer for Belgium, yet to find the mark here in this match. We've got points so far on the Belgian side for Janssens, Van der Wiele, Grobelna and Van Gestel. Good blocking again, there's no way through, is there this time? Nicely done. Herberts keeping the ball alive. Here is Grobelna. Oh, that was maybe going wide, but just made short. And wow, what a wonderful spike that is. Literally knocking the Belgian player off her feet, and Larsen really does get some unbelievable power. 90+ kilometers an hour. Watch this, boom. Just Van Gestel off her feet, did really well, made a valiant attempt. But the lead now, 5 points, and another timeout called by the Belgian team.
Middle blocker right now, okay? Getting her face outside hand. They have to send her right now, okay? Let's go.
Get in her face is the message. Well, 5 points, the differential so far. things tight. Haven't really got Herberts in the action yet. The blocking of USA has been very impressive indeed. She's had a couple of attempts, but hasn't quite got into the positions to make those winning spikes. Again, another slightly wayward dig from Herberts. There is Lloyd with the set. And Larson once again, the captain. This time forwarded. Brilliant blocking again. Well, the blocking skills so far of the Americans. Gibbermeyer. Wonderful. She played the first match. Played very, very well indeed. It's with the Agile Volley Club. And Gestel just pokes the ball over, but well retrieved there. There is another winning spike there from Jordan Larson. Super spike. And the Americans now starting to cut loose here in this first set. It was a little bit ragged, but my word, what an angle there. Larson moving ahead. And Gestel finds her mark down the line. That was good. Not much room to work with there. The Belgians needed that. Just evading the arms there of Drews. So back to 6 points. Larson up to 5 alone. And they were looking for her that time, but they didn't need her because Gibbermeyer is getting in on the action. Gets on the board. So many options for the Americans. So much talent across the line. There is Larson with the serve. Rebelner. More blocking skills. Gibbermeyer and Drews with the monster block. Technical timeout then, having reached 16 points. And it's all going well for the Americans so far. Here's the last point again. Again, the blocking skills there. Drews this time. Really enjoying her starting berth alongside Gibbermeyer.
See that inside red, middle ball can be doing pretty quick right now. If they're insisting, okay? Let's go.
I wonder what they make of it all. For some of them, this will be the very much the warm-up act ahead of Japan, of course, the host nation, against the Netherlands later on. That has got a much tighter look about it on paper. Of course, Japan were terrific yesterday in their match against Belgium, through 3-0. But USA then leading the way here against the Belgians. Herbert once again really struggling with the serve. Didn't really manage to do enough with that. There is Akinradewo leading the support from the sidelines. It's all going very well indeed here for Jordan Larson, the captain. Serve drifting well down on that occasion. So Belgium then really need to start getting a foothold in this first set, and Gestel will be serving. There's the set from Lloyd. Nicely dealt with by Belgium. Here she is again, and well, too strong. Gibbermeyer on this occasion. And the Americans are just scoring at will here at the moment. The Belgians not getting into position and not anticipating well enough what's coming. They know what's coming. They just can't get their bodies on the line. And maybe the rigours of the week are starting to catch up, particularly on Herberts. Maybe they've been a little bit over-reliant on the teenager. She is only 18. Still competitive, of course, and there she is flinging herself at that one and keeping the ball alive. And once again, Drews finds the mark. Patient play by the USA. And is this perhaps just one match too many for a young side? Let's not forget the Belgians are a young team. Lots of players coming up from the young Tigers, the junior team, at a very young age. Point goes the way of Belgium there. Larson just querying it. We may have a challenge here. Substitution, meanwhile, for the Belgians. And Davila takes a break. Stragier comes on. No challenge through, so Belgium retain the point. And that's not what was required by Stragier. And USA reach the 20 mark. Hancock coming on. Misha Hancock, the setter. And here she is, voted most valuable player at the Pan American Games last year. That was the spike from Grabelna. And there was no touch along the way, so USA retained the serve. Now just 4 points away from wrapping up this first set in double quick time. That's a good, vicious serve and a great follow-up. That was easy pickings, really, for Barch Hackley. But all the damage there was done by the serve. Wonderful serve from Hancock. Vicious, low, difficult to deal with. And again, Herbert's this time dealing with it. And finally she gets up and running here. Herbert's. She needed that. One or two slightly suspect pieces of defence from Herbert's early on. Substitutions. Fresh blood coming on. Goliath and Van Saas enter the battle. Van Saas will serve, with Belgium trailing quite badly in this first set. Easy once again. Adams this time using all her height. 1m88. It's well done by the middle blocker. So quick. Once again, there was just no defense at all from the Belgian side. Hackley then with the serve. Chance here for Herberts to add to her tally. Can't do so. Here is Adams with the dummy. Watch Hackley. And that's too hot for Gilliams to handle. Maybe she didn't need to touch it. It was on its way out. And it brings up set point to the USA. Easy to say, of course, from the comfort of the commentary box, but I think Gilliams would have been wise to have left that. And her error brings up set point to the USA. Nice block again. Adams right in position there. That's nice. Good defense, one-handed. The Americans still in this rally. And again. Nice spike from Larson on the far side. They're looking for her again. Here she is. Great blocking. It's away. And Larson once again produces the goods. That's her 7th point. And the USA wrap up this first set in double quick time. Barely 20 minutes by 25 points to 11. Well, quick work from the Americans. That is why they are leading the table so far. Work for the Belgians to do. Great experience this, though, for the young Belgian squad. Very much the focus on building for the future. And there will be better players all the experience here in the VNL. Still plenty of volleyball to be played, of course. Let's not write them off completely. But here's the story of that first set. So there's the story of that first set in numbers. 15 spikes from the USA to only 5 from Belgium, and of those 15, well, good spread amongst Larsen and Gibbermeyer and Drews. A couple of serves as well, going straight in. I thought the serving of Misha Hancock when she came on the setter was particularly impressive. USA serve placement. Nicely distributed. No aces so far, all of them returned. But landing in that middle quarter, that middle band between the net and the back of the court, particularly vicious from Hancock. It's a real skill to get the ball up and over the net at pace and dipping wickedly. About like players doing tennis with topspin. Topspin can be applied to a volleyball as well, and it's done so with great effect. So, confirmation of the task at hand for the Belgians. Larsen will get us underway in this second set. Still chewing her gum. Laid-back character. She's just about to head for the beach. She may well be actually after this week. A bit of R&R. Good block, chasing. No. Even Carly Lloyd couldn't retrieve that one. Belgium get their first point on the board and the first opportunity here. Just slightly thrown, I think, was Drews there by the net court. And Gestel then with the serve. Favour the captain, keeping the ball alive. There's Goliath. Nicely done. Drews looking for position rather than power. Here is Herberts, not finding the mark. Drews again, looking for that acute angle, but well done with Goliath. Goliath again with the dig. Here's the set, and Goliath's not really in position to make a powerful spike. And eventually the dam is broken. The USA come away with a point there. Real togetherness in this team. Great spirit. They just back themselves every time. This rally of the match so far. Gibbermeyer. Good example of that dipping serve that's so hard to deal with, and another example there of the blocking skills of Adams. Monster block. Gets the crowd involved. That was the right hand of Adams there going up in the glasses. Instantly knew she got that one. Blocking again, and effective. Adams absolutely at the centre of everything. Frustration here for the Belgians. Get the timing right. Frustration there for Weber. There's the set. This time, the Belgians come away with the point. To the 11s there, on as a substitute, playing with great zest. Serve from Lemons then. Not a particularly controlled dig from March Hackley, but she can atone here, and she does with another winning spike. It's up to 5 for her. Here is Drews. She's contributed 6 points so far in her first start of the week. Great serve again. Couldn't really deal with it properly. Didn't have a chance to build the point, the Belgians. March Hackley just helps herself. This was all done by the serve. The dig was too heavy. Drews again. This time it's better dealt with by Herberts, who gets straight into position here, but good blocking skills again. Van der Wiele. There's the captain. Goliath. Got a hand under it. It's still there. Nicely worked back by the Americans, but is this the finish? No. There's the dig. Herberts in position. Herberts ready again, and Goliath this time. With Van Gestel putting away the winning spike. It's a mega rally. Look at that defense there from Carly Lloyd. Absolutely wonderful, full stretch. Van Gestel in the end was able to just position the ball and produce the error. Adams on this occasion not able to get the block in. Desperate attempt from Van Gestel. Cannot fault the commitment here of the Belgians. Adams, though, really enjoying her start here. Plenty for him to ponder and worry about. He knew it was going to be tough. Good leave. Wide from the serve. So for all their promise, USA still only 2 points in front in this second set. Belgium have to be much more competitive here. You sense they need to get their blocking in position, and that won't help. It's just handed a point straight back to the Americans, and in contrast to the matches certainly this week and last week, Herberts not having her best game by any standards. He's struggling at the moment. Adams then, who is having a good game, or was until then. So Herberts will feel a little bit better about cheaply giving away her serve, because the Americans hand it straight back. What can Van der Wiele do? It's landed in. That was nice, perfect. Clean ace from Van der Wiele. And that just really demonstrates the high-risk nature of a serve. That was a definite leave there by the libero for the Americans, Robinson. It was a misjudgment. Larson. That's good defense, but not good enough. And first technical timeout of this second set, and a little spring in the step there for Larson. Must be very pleased with the way things have gone so far. Their aim this week, of course, a clean sweep of 3-0 victories. Just reliving the blocking skills there of Adams. Rachel Adams. Drews has produced 2 of the 4 blocks for the USA so far. Just the 1 block from the Belgian team. So turnaround for the Belgians from yesterday. They were second on, of course, and then they're first on here, so the recovery time was less for them. There's Goliath. Well dealt with by Lloyd. Drews once again, and really the pincer movement of Drews on one side and Larson on the other is working really nicely. A super spike from Drews there, getting towards 85 kilometers an hour. That is traveling, believe you me. Van Gestel. Here is Herberts, and again the block. Herberts just having no joy at all. She was scoring at will earlier in the week, and you can see that the concern is there on the coach's face, Van der Broek. Herberts just about dealing with that one. Here is Van Gestel, and it's gone way long. And nothing really going right for the Belgians at the moment, where they were finding their mark before. The Belgians may feel they've got a touch. They're challenging here. The ball clearly went well long, but they feel there was a touch along the way, so we'll have that reviewed. 2 challenges per side allowed. And Hawkeye will tell us, was there a touch? Yes, there was. To me, it looks as though there was a touch, definitely by Drews. So, a little crumb of comfort for Gert van der Broek. So 3 points the deficit here in this second set, and make that 2. The Belgians have got another cheap point there from the serve. We talked a lot yesterday about momentum, starting to build a little sequence of points and put pressure on the opponents. Well, that's what Belgium need to do here. They've got the gap down to 2 points. Still trailing by a set, remember. Nicely done by Herberts. Can they just put together a little rally here? That's nicely done by the Americans. Flailing bodies all over the place, and there is a little surge here, a little resurgence from Belgium, coming right back into it. Just a point now behind USA. Here is the captain, Ilke van der Wever. Good serve, but well dealt with there by the libero. Here she is straight into the action again, the captain. Herbert's going for placement. Wonderful spike, but well dealt with there. Here's Gilliams, the libero. There is Herberts. Bodies all over the place. Larson with the spike. Goliath. Van Gestel gets the winning spike again. Belgium, well, they're right back in this second set, and they've done really well here. Another very long rally. And Van Gestel, not for the first time, just using placement rather than power to come up with the winning point. Oh, that's too good. Too good from Gibbermeyer. So scoreboard just about catching up. That is right, 11-10. Belgium had drawn level at 10-all. That's a rare mistake on the serve from Larson, so we're all square again. And this is more competitive, this second set, from the Belgian perspective. There is Van Gestel, who's leading the way. The points for Belgium with 6 so far, 6 winning spikes. She's played very well. A winning spike again from Arch Hackley. Finds its mark. It is. It's a real skill to get the ball up and over the blockers, but make sure the ball lands in. So giving a little bit of topspin, spinning the ball so it comes right back down. Here is Herberts. Brilliant blocking again. She just hasn't found a way through today. Arch Hackley. And it's long, but was there a touch? Americans may well challenge here. There is a challenge coming in. It was pretty expected. So the point in the meantime has been given to Belgium. USA convinced there was a touch. And Hawkeye will tell us. It's a good time for the players on both sides just to regroup, but of course then they have to get going and get the adrenaline going straight away. Getting that concentration back, particularly when you're trailing badly. No touch. I think we'll get confirmation of that. No touch. Very close indeed. Could be some slightly longer fingernails, and that would have been a different story. So the point stands for Belgium. They retain the serve, and we're all square here midway through this second set. Lemons. Nice serve. Good angle on it, and that's good. Simple but effective from Drews. The dummy, of course, played its part as well. So that's an 8th point for Drews. Hancock back on. We enjoyed her serving. Misha Hancock, when she was previously on. Let's just take a look at the technique here. Here she's serving from the opposite end. Well, I gave her the commentator's curse there, didn't I? Build her up. But you can see her intention. Great speed. Comes down from a great height. So once again, we're all square. Here is Goliath. Nice. Adams once again. We've enjoyed her blocking skills. This is an example of her attacking skills as well. Belgian substitution. Flamand is on for the first time. Here is Herberts. And once again, she must be getting so frustrated. Not only was she denied, but it was Adams with the monster block. How many times has Herberts just been frustrated? She's not doing anything particularly different to what she's been doing in other matches, but she's just coming up against some terrific blocking. Monster block there from Adams, and once again the USA just starting to apply the pressure. And we reach the 16-point mark in this second set with the USA leading by 16 points to 13 with a technical timeout.
Number 7 out of the system on the left side, going high line.
That's the story of the second set so far. USA outperforming in both spikes and blocks. And really, they've clearly targeted Herberts as the danger player, as we know she is, but they've just essentially taken her right out of the game, which has allowed people like Van Gastel and, to a lesser extent, Van der Wiele to shine. The majority of the points coming from this player here, number 7, Van Gastel. Terrific strike there from Arch Hackley, number 8 for her, drawing level with Drews. And just looking at my stats page in our commentary position here, the breakdown and the spread from Team USA is very impressive amongst Drews and Larson and Adams. Arch Hackley, very different story for Belgium. Once again, Herberts. This time she comes up with the goods. A rare strike, a rare success for the teenager, who's been marked out of the game really thus far. Only her second point of this match. Looking a little bit tired for me. She's played a lot of volleyball. She's been pretty much ever present in the 3 matches this week. Good blocking this time from Belgium, but it spirals wide. And another point is added to the tally with Larson, the captain there, heavy involved. So Adams will pick up the serve here. Who's played so well. There's her match so far. Herberts starting to find the mark, coming from deep, and that's what she's done so well. Very different position on the court. Here she was much more central and got a great angle there. What you could call the off forehand in tennis terms, where it's coming slightly out of the outside of the hand. Highly effective. Good block. Once again, terrific defense there. That was Goliath who was involved, but couldn't finish the job off. Good defense also from Flamand there. Substitution for the USA. Drew's back on. Hancock has done her job. Here is Lloyd, who will pick up the serve. So 19-15. Murphy has taken a breather as well. There's Flamand. And Herberts once again, having been successful on a couple of occasions. Normal service resumed. The Americans having an absolute ball here. There they go, up together in unison. Larson and Gibbermeyer really enjoying themselves. 5 points from a 2-0 lead. And Gestel. There's Larson, desperate defending again from Flamand. Once again, the block from Herbert, frustrating her. Van Gestel has a go. Terrific defense, this time from Guillems, the libero. Oh, wonderful blocking again. The Belgians starting to block nicely here. Desperate defending. Can they get it back over? No, they can't. Well, it was literally eyeballs out stuff there from the Belgians, but just the sheer weight of pressure from the Americans finally telling. And another almost 30-second rally there. It really was terrific stuff. It just will not go away. Carly Lloyd then, the running serve. And there is Van Gestel, gets the touch and gets the point. So 5 points the deficit. They still have to believe they can get something out of this second set. They were comprehensively outplayed in the first, but they're more competitive here in this second set. Still, though, trying to get Herberts involved. Here's our aerial camera, just giving a different perspective, and another point from Larson for the USA tally. It's been another captain's performance. She reaches double figures. Three points then for this second set. Nicely defended as well. There's Drews. Drews gets the point. Timeout Belgium, just to try and interrupt the rhythm, with the Americans 2 points from a 2-0 lead. It's better, but it's not enough. And the Gelfin ability, really, the experience of the Americans against this young Belgian side, and 1 and 2 looking a little bit tired. Van Gestel He's the standout player in terms of the scoreboard so far. Herbert's starting to pick up, but looking a little bit out of sorts. USA indeed. So they have the serve as well, the Americans. Larson will deliver it. Here is the... That was nice. For once, the Americans not in position. And it was Lemons here with the simplest of jobs, just to guide the ball into the mid-court. Nice serve, but well dealt with there by the libero. And that's out on the full. Did it get a touch? No, it didn't. Van Gestel then, hoping to claw Belgium back into this second set. They've still got a 5-point deficit to make up. And here is Barchakli. And another winning spike. Half-hearted block. They have another timeout here just to delay what seems to be the inevitable of the USA wrapping up this second set. They've got set point here. No timeout, just a substitution. Gibbermeyer making way. And here is set point for the USA. Block does its job. Once again, it's Adams, and the USA are in complete control of this match. They've backed up a really nice performance in the first set. More competitive, the Belgians, in the second, but they've come off second best once again here in this second set. And the USA have taken it by 25 points to 18. Well, one-way traffic. And they are 2/3 of the way to a clean sweep, a whitewash this week. We've already had victories over Japan and the Netherlands by 3-0. Here they are at 2-0 against Belgium. Here's the story of that second set. Well, there's the story of that second set. Once again, USA outscoring their opponents. The blocks were working well, particularly through Adams, Rachel Adams. The spikes were good as well, with an even distribution. Larson leading the way from Drews and Gibbermeyer and Barchakli. And here's the distribution of those spikes, the hitting point. Some of them going down the line in red, some of them cross-court. It's been a nice mixture. It's been highly effective. 30 points in total have been won so far on the spike for the USA. She's having a great game. Really good, Rachel Adams. Played the first match this week, sat out most of the second, but has come back. And it's starting to look good here for the bronze medalists, the reigning world champions, remember, USA. So we're talking about a formidable team. Belgium up against against it here. Gestel will get us underway in this third set, but it's a mountain to climb for the Yellow Tigers. We're standing 9th in the rankings before today. At the start of the day, they may well slip further down, depending, of course, on how results go elsewhere. So USA, and Drews straight back into the action after the resumption. She's now in double figures alongside Larson. Good defense. Arch Hackley took a little bit of the pace off the ball there. There is Herberts, just going for the subtle one, but nicely dealt with again. Good defense from Team USA. There is Goliath. And the blocking again, this is from Gibbermeyer this time. Goliath gave it some punch, but actually was Arch Hackley who got the touch alongside Gibbermeyer. Here's the set. Arch Hackley again, the block coming in nicely this time from the Belgians. Drews finds her mark, the left-hander. Can't stress enough that combination of left hand on the right-hand wing. So impressive. So USA, 3 points already without reply. Here is Larson, the captain. Nice serve. Goliath going for the touch, but nicely done by Drews. Arch Hackley, terrific defence, and it's just away, out of court. This is one-way traffic in this third set, and not surprisingly, a timeout called by the Belgian coach.
Er is één optie, want deze is uitgeschakeld. Dan mogen ze bij contra slaan en scoren. Maar ze mogen niet hier met hun ogen dicht gewoon die bal gewoon naar beneden keilen zonder een andere verantwoordelijkheid, zonder iets te moeten doen in aanbouw. Gewoon rammen, want er is geen blok. We gaan up, we gaan terug hun slagrichting doen veranderen. En dan gaan we ook die proberen te pakken. Maar eerst gaan we de slagrichting doen veranderen.
Well, it's the most animated we've seen. Geert van der Broek, he must be very frustrated about the way things are unfolding. Just to reiterate the point of how young this Belgian side is, 7 of the squad, the 14 named, are either 20 or under. That contrasts quite sharply to the Americans, who've got a lot of experience in there. Several players at or over 30. And of course, that experience counts for a lot. They're still physically in great shape. Gibbermeyer once again. Captain, for example, Larson is 31. So this is very much a team that Belgium is building for the future. Gibbermeyer back on. First point of the third set goes to Belgium, but it's only because of an error on the serve by the USA. Here is Lemons. Nice deep serve. Well dealt with by Arch Hackley once again. Doesn't need a second invitation. Sat up really nicely. There was a gaping gap in the middle of the court there for her to fill. So this is shaping up to be the most convincing of the sets so far, unless Belgium can find something here. Gibbermeyer, no. One-way traffic here. This could all be over very quickly indeed. We haven't even played an hour yet here in Toyota. Here is Gibbermeyer again. That's better. Herberts denied by the block once again. It's been a frustrating evening for her so far. That's better. Second time of asking, she gets the job done. The block only half does its job. Drews it was. Herberts gets her 4th point of this match, but well below what she's been generating in previous matches. Gestel, very much the standout player for the Belgians today. There's Grabelna. She's been a little bit quiet as well by her normal standards. She's a lot more prominent at the net. There is Adams just apologising for striking at the body there of Gilliams. But they all count. Technical timeout in this third set, with the USA with a really healthy lead here, leading by 2-0 and 8 points to 3 in the third. It's all going swimmingly well for the world champions. Just a glimpse there of Akinradeo, who hasn't featured in this match so far. She's one of the standout players of the USA, and of course she's perhaps been held back for tougher challenges that lie ahead. A lot of volleyball still to be played. This is the 6th match for these two teams so far in the VNL. They will move on to another set of 3 pool matches next week. Here is Drews. Adams has been such a key part of this USA performance today, both in terms of blocking and attacking. A rare mistake by Drews on the serve. She's had a fine game too. It's interesting to see the options that Coach Kirali has as the coach, far more than Van der Broek, that's for sure. Herberts then. Can she drag the Belgians back into this match? Drews on a roll here. Super spike from Drews, her 12th point of this match so far. Another 80k plus booming strike. The USA in double figures already. It's away, but it was taken by the touch. Van der Wiele. Timeout called by Belgium.
Spreken over welk tempo, of anders gaan we een streep trekken. Hier tussen. We gaan dat project afsluiten.
So 10-4 the score. He's just waiting to be allowed back onto the court at the sounding of the whistle. So USA. Barch Hackley, who is the leading scorer so far for USA with 13 points in this match. They need every single point they can get, Belgium, and they'll take that all day long. There's Van der Wiele. No sense of panic, but not quite the same spirit in the Belgian camp for obvious reasons. Larsen. Van der Wiele. There's Van Gestel. Did she make it? No. Ball touched the ground. And another point to the Belgian team, who are just desperately hanging on here. Van der Wiele. That's nicely dealt with. Barch Hackley with another crunching spike, but well dealt with there. And Gestel Did she get the touch? No, she didn't. The Belgians wonder whether we're going to have a challenge here. We are. We are going to have a challenge. I'm convinced there was a touch along the way. So Hawkeye once again called into action. So difficult to see with the naked eye. That's why a video replay is required. No touch. You can see there clearly the hands moving away from the ball, so no touch. The ball was long on the full with no touch. So the point goes the way of USA and just compounds the misery for Van der Broek. That's better. Nicely done from deep. It's Grabelna. Van Gestel, top scorer. Here is Larsen. And once again, it's just so much power. She's been quiet for a little while, but is back in business, being outscored and outpointed by her teammates Drews and Barch Hackley. Here is Adams. Set and Grabelna. Good blocking again. Nice subtle touch there at the net. Here's Van Gestel, who comes up with the trumps. It's better. She's been a consistent performer wherever she's played. She is the number 7, just getting into position here. And although the block came, it was out of court. Easy. Carly Lloyd getting in on the act for the first time here. That's her first point of the match. How simple was that? Right place, right time. USA stretching away here. That's better. Van Gestel again, almost single-handedly keeping Belgium in this match. Herbert's the top scorer coming into this match, is now on the sidelines. Lloyd with the set, and an easy spike. Gibbermeyer. Technical timeout then for the USA, or for both sides, with 16 points having been reached, and all is looking good again. To work as hard as they need to, really. They're enjoying themselves. They're putting the Belgians under pressure. The Belgians, it's quite clear, a little bit jaded, I think, from their endeavours this week. There's the story of the third set so far. Spikes again, where all the damage is being done from the USA. Gestel has reached double figures for Belgium, but she's out there on her own. Herbert's back in with just 4. Grabelna, who's normally a good contributor, and Janssens, in fact, as well. Not been picking up points here today. It's because of the superiority in pretty much every department of Team USA. They're now just 9 points away from wrapping up this match. Belgium claiming that the net was touched, and the referee agreeing. Larson querying this.
You can call off if she touches the ball instead of, but she didn't touch anything.
I think that discussion has ended with the referee holding firm. The point goes the way of Belgium. Well dealt with off the net tape by the Americans. Here's the, oh dear, that was unfortunate. Van der Wiele just not getting her options right there. Set up by Van der Wever. USA, point by point, building another healthy lead here. Gibbermeyer. Grabelna, just as we were saying that she'd been quite quiet, she pops up on the far side there with what is only her third point of this match. Belgium up into double figures. No, that's away. High-risk serve at this stage of the match, and that's again handed another point to the USA. Making substitutions here. Lloyd coming off Drews as well. Hancock back on. And let's not put the curse back on her, but let's see if she can produce one of those really effective, hard dipping serves. No, sorry. When they come off, they are highly effective. So Belgium with a lifeline here. Here is Laure Flamand. Dummy from Adams. Barch Hackley with the spike. And Gestel just going with a little bit less power. Here is Barch Hackley. Double defence there from Belgium. And Gestel, did he get the touch along the way? No, it didn't. Out on the full. USA now just 6 points away. A little breather for the captain, Larson, who's once again led by example. And here is Barch Hackley with the serve. Yes, nicely done. That was better from Van der Wiele, who rather fluffed her lines in an earlier point. Great angle. Difficult skill to produce there, jumping one way and firing the ball in the opposite direction. Lloyd. And there's Grabelna with the dig. And Gestel coming from deep. There we go. Once the set is put into position with great height, with the oncoming spiker, that was a super spiker, again over 90 kilometers an hour. It's virtually unstoppable, assuming it clears the net, which it did on that occasion. With the momentum of the player moving forward, rather than striking the ball statically, the combination of those two things almost always wins the point. That's nicely dealt with there by Hancock. That's long. Well, let's have a look at this again. Yes, there was a touch, a clear touch from Lemons. You can see on the replay there. So the point goes the way of the USA. No challenge from Belgium. Adams, 4 points from victory here. Oh, that's a nice touch, but is the ball wide? Yes, it is. It was out of court. The USA here in double quick time, heading towards victory. Belgium just feeding off scraps and just able to eke out the odd point here and there, but they really haven't been allowed to build any momentum whatsoever in the entire match, really. More competitive in the second set, it has to be said, but once again have been outplayed in this third. There's Hancock. Gilliams. And Gestel. The block does its job. Oh, that was going out on the full. Grabelna didn't need to play that. And Belgium are going to win that point. Well, slightly lucky there, but they'll take that. There's Grabelna with the winning strike. So Grabelna starting to come back with a late flurry here. The writing's on the wall, though. Here, they know it's almost too little too late. Gilliams, not enough on that. All the players bunched very close to the net indeed. Here is Flamand. Flamand coming up with the goods on that occasion. Good to see him smiling. He can smile as long as he doesn't look at the scoreboard. Here's Hancock's nice block, but the net was touched. And 2 points from victory here for the Americans. The world champions have been just far too good today. Grabelna, nicely done. Great defense there from Bart Hackley. And good defense this time as well from the Belgians. Lemons there, getting in on the act, along with Van Gestel. Combined effort there. So important again not to touch the net in the process of blocking. So Belgium continue to ask questions. There is Gestel with the serve. Flamand, nicely dug out. That's well long from Murphy. So a little late flurry here from Belgium. Just delaying the victory celebrations, you sense, for the USA. It's better. Gibbermeyer once again with the winning spike, and it's a winning spike that brings up match point to Team USA. A little bit of confusion there. There it is. There's the winning point from Gibbermeyer. And they've wrapped up victory here. Smiles all round. And that is a comprehensive victory here, as predicted, really, by the world champions. It's a clean sweep this week here in Toyota. 3 matches, 3 victories, all of them without the loss of a single set. And the latest victims here, Belgium, who've been comprehensively beaten by 3 sets to 0, 25-11, 25-18. 25-17, and another 3 points added to the tally for the USA, who are already leading the rankings before this match and will, at the very least, maintain their position, if not extend their lead as they move on to the next round of pool matches in week 3. So good job done by Coach Kirali. Here's how they did it. It was just a nice little push over the net by Gibbermeyer, spotting the gap at the end. A nod of the head, that'll do. Thank you very much. Job done. Here are the numbers. And this is for the entire match, and look at that, almost double the number of winning spikes by the USA compared to Belgium. Blocks, again, vastly superior for the USA. And double-figure points for Bart Hackley, leading the way with 14. Drews on 12, Larson 11, Gibbermeyer in the end on 10. From a Belgian perspective, just the one player reaching double figures, Van Gestel with 10. And a below par performance from Herberts. So another match to come later on. It'll be Japan, the hosts, against the Netherlands. So that's the end of this broadcast. Thanks very much for being part of the game.